तू स्वर की देवी है, संगीत तुझसे, हर शब्द तेरा है, हर गीत तुझसे। हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरे, तेरी शरण में हमें तार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ।
Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, distinguished guests, excellencies, Mrs. Malvika Rai, Mr. Anil Rai, Professor Bhattacharyya, members of the faculty, dear friends, we are delighted to welcome Dr. Shashi Tharoor today for one of our important annual events. This is the ceremony to confer the Distinguished Global Thinker Award for 2010, followed by a special lecture about which the details have already been circulated. As you probably know, the Distinguished Global Thinker Award is the own modest contribution of the IILM family to what we all believe is a felt need in this country, namely to recognize the thinkers of our times whose ideas and statements are making a dent on public understanding and discussion of the great issues of concern on our planet, to provoke and inspire debate and study among academics and the youth who listen to the special lecture in this hall or read the transcripts which are widely distributed thereafter, and also incidentally to exhort the awardee, the recipient of the award, to continue speeches, writings, studies, etc. on any specific themes which might emerge as a result of the interaction which follows each lecture, if of course this is warranted. Dr. Shashi Tharoor's name was identified by the selection committee several months ago when it was known that he would be contesting the general elections, but no one could have predicted either his extraordinary victory in that election or that he would become a minister in the Manmohan Singh government, much less that every little thing that he would say or tweet thereafter would be subjected to as much microanalysis, discussion and interpretation as it is being subject to today. In the process, the remarkable contribution he has made over the years and continues to make to the vast body of his writings, speeches and initiatives through individual, public and private channels is being ignored and sometimes even trivialized. I'm not sure whether sometimes this is by ignorance or by design, but that is another matter altogether. But personally, I think this should encourage us to reflect perhaps on a trait which seems to be uniquely South Asian, if not Indian. And the question which certainly I ask myself occasionally is, why is so much of rising India so resistant to change, innovation or initiative? 2 decades ago, when Mr. Narasimha Rao and Dr. Manmohan Singh unleashed economic reforms, I remember the London Economist had a cover story entitled The Uncaged Tiger. I think my good friend L.K. Sharma, who was in Times of India, was also there at that time. And after a few months, as the debate and resistance to those reforms grew within India, I remember we had a conference somewhere outside London where one British economist said, well, it's true that the tiger is uncaged, but it is possible that the tiger does not wish to come out of the cage. In more recent years, as our economic success has attracted the admiration of the world, we in India have grown used to taking pride in India being compared to the elephant rather than the tiger, as a slower but ultimately sturdier and more world-friendly animal. However, occasionally I get the feeling that even an elephant needs to watch out for fellow creatures who rush to collective judgment, the media which refuses sometimes to not confuse the wood for the trees, a certain psyche, it's a more general problem I think, which sees security in maintaining the status quo and resists anything which is new and fresh. Is it not intriguing that the same set of intellectual assets and work culture which Dr. Tharoor brought to his job in the UN and which not only earned him